Soul Engine, written by Ted Zigaro.
Neo Virtua, a city that pulsates with life, where gleaming towers scrape the heavens and shadows dance in the alleyways of dystopia. I've seen this city change, evolve, and devour itself. High tech, low life, a delicate balance between order and chaos. The heartbeat of the metropolis echoes in my augmented senses, pulses of life and death. In the neon veins of the city, a new kind of life blooms. Digital heaven, a sanctuary for the elite, a place where the wealthy trade mortality for an eternal digital existence. Yeah, I've walked these streets before, but this is uncharted territory. The boundary between flesh and code. Today I cross that boundary, investigator in a digital realm.
The detective reaches Digital Heaven facility, a sleek, high-tech structure among the chaos of the city below. Doors open, and the detective steps inside, passing through security scanners.
Greetings, Detective. Digital Heaven appreciates CyberGuard's haste in this matter. Let's just say our issue is beyond any conventional authority's jurisdiction.
The Digital Heaven representative activates a hologram which emits in the shape of an orb, a three-dimensional representation of the digital realm and its complex order.
Digital Heaven is a haven for the affluent, immortality in the embrace of the digital, a perpetual existence in a world crafted to fulfill every desire. However, Detective, a malevolent force has broken into our sanctuary. This entity has turned paradise into a digital hell.
A button is pressed, and the once perfectly symmetrical orb mutates and transforms into a craterous blob of pulsating mass.
Corrupted souls morphing into glitch-spawned fiends in a landscape twisted by an insidious hand. They aren't just corrupting data, they're attacking the souls themselves. You must find who's responsible, stop the corruption, and restore Digital Heaven. The fate of countless souls hang in the balance.
The detective is seated at a sleek terminal, fingers dancing across the multiple holographic interfaces. The Digital Heaven representative watches attentively. Displays show code that make up the paradise.
This is not an ordinary hacker. He's like a phantom between dimensions, following trails left by the soul extraction process.
The detective enhances and enlarges a particular area of interest.
The extraction process creates rifts in the code, a digital residue. Our hacker exploits these rifts by finding vulnerabilities in the code. Hidden IP addresses won't be enough to shield him. I'm tracing digital footprints left behind, servers, routers, anything that accessed the fragmented code during the last soul extraction.
One of the interfaces shows three blinking dots that connect into a triangular pattern.
There. These are the gateways that were used to infiltrate Digital Heaven. I'll follow that to the source.
In the underbelly of Neo Virtua, where the glow of prosperity fades into perpetual dusk, lie the slums. Secrets thrive amidst the echoes of survival, whispered and traded in the black market's dimly lit corridors. Here, survival isn't just the choice, it's an industry. Augments. Metal dreams in the dance of desperation. In the slums, these enhancements are a prayer, a desperate plea for just another day in the chaos. For some, augments are a chance to transcend humanity, to become something more.
All right, that's it.
Not just replacing limbs, rewriting the roles.
Open. Now close. Good.
Sometimes, you just need to adapt. The detective activates a hearing implant that allows him to hear conversations around him as if they were radio stations in his head.
So what are you telling me to do? Unscrew it and re-screw it?
How much? Can you give me 2 for 25?
I don't know how much longer I could take at this job.
They will suffer.
Vex says they deserve it. Cheating life. Vex believes in consequences.
Yeah, they want to live forever. I hope they enjoy Vex's hellscape.
Vex, the phantom behind the chaos. His name rides the waves of the slum's fractured symphony, and in this ballet, Vex is the choreographer of punishment.
The detective shadows the group, trailing them through a labyrinth of alleyways.
They live in sin without judgment, and then are you awarded eternal life? There are cosmic consequences.
The detective steps out of the shadows.
You seem well versed in cosmic consequences. Care to share your insights?
Who the hell are you?
Someone who could boost your signal till someone who cares about catching you lowlives is listening. Or make your whispers disappear just as easily. Depending on your cooperation, of course.
I've heard Vex talk about cosmic balance, disrupting the system.
Where does Vex operate?
We don't know. He contacts us through encrypted channels.
Vex's ideology is a dangerous game. I suggest you start talking before things get unpleasant.
The detective's cybernetic hand clenches, making a fist surging with energy.
All right, tell him.
There's an abandoned factory on the northern outskirts of the slums. A large building that fell perpendicular to the factory blocks its entrance.
The detective disappears into the shadows, making his way to the abandoned factory.
We shouldn't have given Vex up, man. We shouldn't have given Vex up.
Shut up. Something awaits him. Something he won't see coming. He won't even reach the gate.
The detective approaches the collapsed building. The only pathway to the abandoned factory lies directly through it. It is a thick maze of rebar and rubble. The detective starts to make his way through this makeshift tunnel.
Vex's disciples, a motley crew of lost souls in a city that devour the hopeless. Not architects, just impressionable punks. They think they're soldiers in a digital war. These followers are mere echoes of Vex's madness, lacking the sophistication to execute the grand designs of their enigmatic figurehead. Instead, they spout his ideology without comprehending the depth of his malevolence. A rebellion of the misguided, chanting the hymns of a false prophet.
A large figure steps into the light, its tattered trench coat billowing. Decaying flesh reveals the horrors underneath. This is no man.
Vex's followers rise. Digital empires crumble. A balance that must be maintained. I cannot allow you to go any further. I am but a sentinel, a protector built to serve the architect and ensure his continued influence. It is my purpose, and I will fulfill that purpose by any means.
The cyborg charges the detective, blasting through the rubble in its way. The detective dodges the projectiles with cybernetic precision, raises his pistol, and lets off an energy blast into the cyborg's face. The cyborg's head is blown back, then rotates. A gaping hole where an eye once was, the mechanical intricacies are seen through the back of the cyborg's skull. The cyborg punches the detective in the midsection, sending him flying into a brick wall. The detective's orbital heads-up display flickers from damage, but finally scans and reveals weak points in the cyborg's design. He aims and shoots, completely obliterating one of the cyborg's knees. Metal panels shift and transform the cyborg's right arm into a hand cannon, unleashing a massive energy beam. Quickly, the detective slides under the bead, his arm transforming and releasing a cybernetic blade. He springs forward, stabbing the metallic monstrosity. The cyborg grabs the detective's wrist, squeezing and bending the metal arm upwards with ease, snapping the arm backwards with it dangling by a few wires. The detective draws the second of dual cyber blades and repeatedly stabs the cyborg in the side of the head. Machine parts and synthetic organs spewed about. The chemical aroma of the android blood fills the air. The detective sits on a nearby rock and takes inventory. He begins to use his repair kit on his damaged arm.